Hi, welcome back. Okay, we're going to be doing Yecheskel now. We're up to Perek Chavtet. Okay, this year is dedicated to Rachalea Bas Rav Chaim Tzvi, who, as always, is bringing us Torah, and it should be a great aliyah for her neshama. Okay, in the last few prakim, we were talking about the fate of nations. We're moving on now to the fate of Mitzrayim. Now, in fact, Mitzrayim has quite a long history with us, as you know. It's the source of all of our exiles. As we'll see in this Perek, there are things about Mitzrayim that recurred again and again, and that we have to therefore relate to as being a hemshech, a continuity of the first exile, the place of contraction, the place of dedication to everything that isn't Hashem. So it begins, B'shana ha'asirit, and it was in the 10th year. This is the 10th year of Tzidkiyahu's reign. Ba'asiri, in the 10th month, which is Tevet, which I don't know when you'll be hearing this year, but today, in fact, is the last day of Tevet here. B'shneim asar l'chodesh, in the 12th of the day. Hayad var Hashem elai lemor. Hashem spoke to me, saying, okay. Now this nevuah, Malbim points out, may have actually been previous to the nevuah that was said in the earlier prakim. And the reason for this is that, in fact, Mitzrayim's downfall took place in 3 different levels, and each one is discussed separately and has its own purpose and its own limud for us, as we'll see at the end. What did Hashem tell him? Ben Adam, human being, Sim panecha al Paro melech Mitzrayim, put your face towards Paro, the king of Egypt, v'nabei alav v'al Mitzrayim kula, and prophesize on him and on Mitzrayim, all of it. So notice Paro. The word Paro is an acronym for Perek, the person who spoke evil. So we're not talking just about the Paro who we're so familiar with from the Haggadah in Egypt, who got the Jews to enslave themselves through speaking with his slick tongue and getting them to involve themselves in the national work effort. We're talking about all of the Paros. They're all Perek, meaning their speech was always focused towards that which conceals Hashem and doesn't reveal Him. So one of the things that you have to do when you want to liberate yourself is to determine that you're not Paro. Another trait of Paro is seen through the fact that the word Paro's letters are the letters of Orif. Orif is the back of the neck over here, which is the seat of all involuntary motion, respiration, etc. Another way of being enslaved to Paro is by being a slave to your subconscious. No conscious choice, no vision of where am I heading and where am I going. So this concerns not only Mitzrayim, but Paro himself. Because the mentality of what Paro was made Mitzrayim what it was, the place of Meitzar, the place of limitation. Daber v'amarta, go speak and say, Ko amar Hashem Elokim, Hineni alecha Paro melech Mitzrayim, behold, I am upon you, Paro, king of Egypt. Hatanim hagadol, the great crocodile, harovetz b'toch ya'oro, that moves around in the midst of its river. Asher amar li ya'ori v'ani asitini. You, Paro, who said, the Nile, my river, belongs to me and I made it. So we're saying here is that the Tanin, which was one of the symbols of Mitzrayim in ancient times, the Mitzrim believed that the Nile had its own integral power. It was the god of prosperity, and it flooded its banks every year and sustained them. So the king of Mitzrayim saw himself as the crocodile, the great amphibious beast that rules both the water and the land, as the living symbol of what the Nile was. So he said, it belongs to me. Okay, you don't need any higher force. I am the essence of the Nile, and I've made it. Meaning, through my wisdom, I've turned it into something that's led to the creation of a great kingdom. So this sort of self-deification wasn't something that only Paro did. Later Nebuchadnezzar did this. And in my own time, not your time, but my time, During World War II, the King of Japan declared himself a deity. So what is Hashem saying to him? V'natati hachim b'lechayecha. I've put the hooks in your cheeks. V'dbakti b'cha dagat yarecha. And I've made that the small fish of the Nile, of your river, will attach to you. B'kaskasatecha, in your scales. Valitcha b'toch yarecha. And I'll make you go up from your river. V'tkol dagat yarecha. And all of the fish that are in this river, b'kashkasatecha yitbak, will be attached to your scales. Meaning, Hashem is telling him, I'm going to take you out of this place. I'm going